Tonight's party panel, it is a Thursday. It's going to get loud with District Media Group President and Independent Women's Forum fellow Beverly Hallberg is here, along with the former advisor to the Hillary Clinton campaign and consultant to the DNC, Antoine C. Wright, and constitutional attorney and Trump 2020 Advisory Board member, Jenna Ellis. Welcome, everyone. Yay! So, Jenna, I will start with you because you work for the president's campaign organization. And I think this was a misstep. I think there's a way of taking this question without giving George Stephanopoulos a great big early summer gift.
But let's be honest, anything that the president says, the media and the left will spin in any way possible. And so
That's right. So don't give them too much ammo.
So, and that's fair. But at the same time, he's just showing them for the hypocrites that they are, because now everyone is able to talk about, well, you didn't cry foul when the DNC and the Steele dossier, you didn't cry foul with the Obama administration, all of the IG reports and everything. So the Democrats really are acting like the insecure party in a bad relationship where all they keep doing is whining rather than actually stepping up to the table and saying.
I understand that, and they're always going to have the same reaction. What I would like to see from the president is the internalization that accepting opposition research from a foreign entity is, if nothing else, a giant pain in the keister and a huge waste of time. And it could put some elements of our democracy at risk. So if for no other reason than that, it's best for him to rely on the answer that he's used in the past, which is, I don't need opposition research from them.
And he said that in the past, and let's be honest, this was a very bad question.
Yeah.
And he said
That's not a bad question.
The legally
George
correct
Stephanopoulos led him down the primrose path, and he walked right into the trap.
He said the legally correct answer, which was, it depends. I think, I might possibly.
Okay, the only thing I like about this is that he's being honest about it. At least he's being honest about what he's going to do and what everyone else does, and everyone else is going to keep doing it, and it sucks, and no one has learned anything.
Not only does it piss me off, it makes me want to throw up that some are defending the fact that the president of the United States is willing to take information from a foreign power that could
for free when you guys paid for it at the DNC.
That could impact,
I mean, you guys paid. You're absolutely right. You guys paid good money for that opposition research.
That could impact our election. And the fact is that we've seen this movie before. We saw what he did in 2016.
With the Steele dossier, you're absolutely right.
And here we are again. It's just crazy as hell to me.
I agree.
But there are laws about this. I think it's 52 U.S. Code 3021. It lays out very fundamentally and very clear about these type things, and it's against the law. So that you're a constitutional attorney, you're an attorney, you're an attorney, you're an attorney.
Yeah.
And now you're sitting here defending the fact you're defending something that you know is against the law.
Okay, so Antoine, I'm going to say something.
So what
to
he's
you.
saying is that I make him throw up. That's really what we learned.
That's not what he's saying. So this is what I will say. I don't like when the president.
You know exactly what I said.
I don't like when the president does it. I don't appreciate what he said. I don't like that his campaign or anyone from the administration would accept opposition research when it has cost us so much money and so much ill will. But I also don't appreciate that Democrats are trying to take the moral high ground when the same Russian operatives who are trying to infiltrate our social media networks and our voting machines and give disinformation were the same ones who were interfacing with Christopher Steele. That is not okay because you were laundering intelligence.
What we know is that Russia wanted to help Donald Trump win this election.
Then why did Christopher Steele go to Russia?
What they did to help Donald Trump.
Then why did Christopher Steele go to Russia?
That's the bottom line.
And why did the FBI and CIA use that information and lie about that information on a FISA warrant application?
And you know as well as I know.
You're not answering my question.
Kennedy, you know as well as I know, if we were having this conversation about Barack Hussein Obama, you would be doing cartwheels off out of your chair, and you would be spinning crazy about trying to say and lock him up, let's impeach him. If we were having this conversation about Barack Obama or any Democratic president.
I don't know what to tell you if you need to remove your blinders or rub the crap out of your ears.
I just told you
I don't accept it from the president.
Sure.
I don't accept it from the past administration, and I don't accept talking points and rationalizations from the Democrat Party, who is guilty of much worse because they paid for it. Beverly?
Much worse.
Well, from a PR perspective, I agree with Lindsey Graham. First of all, this was a mistake, but I also think that when Trump tried to dig himself out of this today, he did a very poor job. First of all, he's conflating the issue of whether or not this information is coming from a foreign government to undermine a campaign, but he makes that comparison to, of course, I'm going to talk to the Queen of England and other leaders. And then also
Natalia Veselnitskaya is not the same thing as talking to Prince Charles about climate change. Someone who's trying to overturn the Magnitsky Act request is not the same as some guy, a fancy lad with his pinky in there going, wouldn't it be great if we didn't have any carbon emissions? Let's go fly away jets and pat the horses' heads.
And he doesn't help himself out at all. He was just found innocent of any collusion with Russia. He has been a president that's been tough on Russia. So to even make this statement, it doesn't put him in a good place.
You said Trump was tough on Russia?
Yeah.
The same Trump that stood with Putin and
rhetoric has been different than actually the action behind the
And
scenes.
this is the same thing that's different
against what
with
the American
rhetoric
intelligence
versus what
community
was
said?
different with the Democrats here.
Okay, you know what's crazy? And I understand that no one is capable of seeing this or pointing it out or admitting it, but all of these things are true at the same time. And that's why this political environment is absolutely bat poop crazy, because it's all true. And everyone who wants to see the president is this idealized figure who's out to deregulate and save the union. They see that. And for those of you who see that he is an authoritarian Nazi who only wants to undermine this country in order to serve himself and enrich his businesses, you see that. But oddly enough, some of those things aren't mutually exclusive.
The difference is I will give him credit where credit's due.
No, you won't.
Of
No,
course
you
I
won't.
will.
But, and the difference is
I've done it on this network and on the FNC network. I've given him credit where credit's due. However,
time
the
we've been on
difference
a
is
panel
you all
together?
will never call him out for his bull.
Don't ever say never, because I would give President Obama and even Eric Holder
Kennedy,
credit when they deserved
I have
it.
been on this network and
But
other
not when they were
networks with
expanding
her
the
a lot of
surveillance
times. I've
state.
never seen you
Droning
call out
civilians
Donald
to
Trump.
death.
Did you
Never
read,
seen you
did
call
you
out
read the
Donald
article?
Trump.
Yes, I absolutely have.
Never in my
Yes.
presence. I've never seen you call out Donald Trump.
Absolutely, yes, I have.
For
Read
anything.
what I've written in National Review and other places as well. And
I
so,
wrote
yeah,
to National
absolutely.
Review. They won't publish my letters.
So yeah,
You know I call the president out.
No, I
and you
didn't
don't
say-
call everybody out.
I didn't say you. I said.
Because I was going to
here.
say, you're on the
I
show.
called President out a lot.
Are we still on the air?
Yeah. But here's my hope is that actually the fact that we're talking about this and saying this is actions that should not happen. Of
course it
maybe
shouldn't
we
happen.
can equally apply that to both
These
parties.
are some of the dumb, unforced errors that, and you should take this back to your advisory board, that voters go in the booth and they say, you know, I really like the fact that I have lower taxes. I like that my son who just graduated from college has a job. I like that we have a little bit more financial flexibility, but I can't stand the nonsense and the unforced errors.
But I think that a lot of people who are paying attention to this conversation actually have a problem with the fact that everybody is saying that Donald Trump is just so, crazy and all the things that you just said about him, when they see the fact that he's saying, they're seeing the entire clip, and they're not saying that he's perfect. We're not saying that he's a perfect person. We're saying that he actually hasn't broken the law. That's a very different thing, and that he's actually made some really good
I don't
decisions
think
as
people are
president.
saying that when they're
But
in
I
the
think
voting
they are.
booth.
But
No, they're not saying he's broken the law. They're saying he's
but they actually
exhausting.
Well, I think they're saying the media is exhausting a lot of times, and they're saying that a lot of the and they're saying the Democrats are
Jenna, why don't you say the dude is like,
No, because I actually enjoy his Twitter feed.
this is
I enjoy his Twitter too. I enjoy his rallies. I still think there are times where he forces the issue and it's absolutely exhausting and unnecessary. And he's been president long enough that he knows what is expected
And by the way,
of the president of the United States. Last word.
He also buried a good news cycle for him. He had a great meeting with the Polish president
Absolutely
yesterday.
right.
He
He had
distracted
a
the news
good,
cycle,
he
as
had
he
a
always
good
does.
criminal justice reforms.
Kim
part two,
Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
With what
her-
are
with her matte
a good
lipstick.
distraction in the news cycle. Typical
Yes.
Donald Trump.
Oh, typical Donald Trump. We're all going to die. But not the panel. There were